Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and sports fans of all ages, broadcasting live from the heart of the Duke City, it's time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk.
More than any other sports show,
Get
I know
ready
that
for
much.
in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of
You don't have a chance anymore, lady.
Yeah. Tune Man Off with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610.
It's not going to make me jealous.
Sports Animal.
It's Monday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Well, that means for the first time for a lot of times at least Mondays in a row, we're at Howies Sports.
Let's go, baby. It is that time.
Woo! We are raging. We are raging at the pit. Wait, that was last year. This year, Howies happens. Is that what it is?
That is one of them. Yes.
Now, I'm not quitting Rage at the Page. How dare you? That one is timeless.
Classic. Or if lost, please return to Howies.
That's a good one. That was one. All right, so what is the T-shirt this year? Luke Markowitz with us. He is Howies.
We've got one that just says Howies happens. Dot. And then another that says either you get it or you don't.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's my vibe.
Both excellent. And we'll be giving those away when? Tonight. At halftime today. Come down to Howie's on a Monday night. Come hang out with your boys. You know we are here through the entirety of the game, but at halftime we're hosting a bunch of fun giveaways. Same thing we always do and have always done. And I'm excited for the Monday Night Maniacs to return because not that I've missed them. I have not. But it will be fun to try to pretend the people are cheering again. Try to pretend to remember people's names as the peanut gallery gathers around.
It had started. It took 90 seconds for this thing to get rocking.
We do not get to start the show by talking about. Oh, also Jake Cassio's here.
Hi, how we doing?
Sorry about that.
Hey, buddy.
Isaiah Johnson back at the station. So we don't get to start the day by talking about Dak Prescott's contract. We don't get to start the day talking about Sunday Night Football and how the Rams are done. We don't get to start the day talking about how it's arguably the best start to NFL ever in a single weekend. We don't get to start today talking about Tyreek Hill getting Scheffler to the ground. We don't get to start the day talking about any of that because deja vu, Deshaun Watson is sued for sexual assault and battery again today.
Surprise.
You're lying.
Surprise.
What do you mean I'm lying? Like there's only one story today. There's only one story in the NFL today.
No.
And this is that life, Browns fan.
That's why he played so bad. Now it's Jameis Winston time in Cleveland.
I love I love the taste in my mouth when I see "Don't Call Me Johnny Manziel." Baker Mayfield go off.
Today,
4 tutties and a win.
Today, Deshaun Watson was sued in Houston for sexual assault and battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The accusations are strikingly similar, boys, to what 20 total lawsuits filed in 2021. This guy's the worst human being on earth, and the NFL is fine giving him a guaranteed contract, and we're about 6 minutes away from him saying he has arm soreness and he's done.
Yeah, let's open up that elbow, see what's going on in there. Hopefully another lawsuit. Hopefully he gets crushed by this one because I don't root against human beings. I want the best for everyone.
Sure.
Unless you are Deshaun Watson, you pile of garbage. Give me all the Schadenfreude out of this one. This is awesome.
I don't know about a sore arm. His backside's got to be a little sore because he spent most of the day yesterday on it.
Yeah, I thought he's gonna claim assault against Micah Parsons.
Took a beating, did Cleveland and Deshaun Watson yesterday. Big win for the Cowboys to open. I feel like everyone in the nation kind of called that, so it's not like that's the actual story.
Well, they were underdogs in Vegas. Let me
explain to you how to make Cowboys fans bet. Let me explain to you how Vegas works. Of course they were underdogs. Like it's to the point now where what's that, Isaiah?
No, I'm just listening.
Oh, so yeah, it's to the point now with Cleveland where you just have to just cut it loose. Whatever the number is, does not matter. Cannot be part of the team. I wouldn't be surprised if they are in some way, because I'm conspiracy Fred often, that they are in some way funding this idea behind this thing to where they will have a reason for conduct detrimental, contract voiding, and all these things. I would not at all be surprised if we find out down the road in a 30 for 30 that Cleveland was behind the truth finally coming out so they can get away from this cat.
Oh, they've got to have a team of lawyers working around the clock on
100%.
Any way to get out of this contract if they have any sense.
I'm surprised that they didn't provide the verbiage in the contract to the public in the first place, because they should have said, hey, we're getting ahead of this. We're being the good guys. We believe in second chances. But if he does anything like this again, if he's ever found guilty for anything like this again, the contract's void. And if they don't have that in their contract, they are fools of epic proportion, and they deserve.
They're the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
What they have done
contradictory statement.
What they have done is made it so that he can easily afford any lawsuit that does come, because he has the largest guaranteed ever, I guess, up until 2 hours before game day yesterday when they gave that to the quarterback down in Dallas. But to me, I don't understand how, if you're an organization, if you're a professional, whatever, and by the way, you're represented by the people that you keep in your circle.
Right.
Like they are you. Cleveland, this is you. Like you deserve to lose them all. You deserve to have zero success.
I think it's the most Cleveland signing ever. To have a degenerate, masseuse connoisseur, crazy person be your quarterback.
And the fans going to watch Baker Mayfield light it up. It was just classic.
And I'm reading. I love when news breaks on air. I hate that it's this type of news, but I just found this out the same time anybody listening did, and I've been reading, the details for like the past 5 minutes. And it's just insane. And even if you wanted to go from the angle of saying someone's lying, it's evident that you did multiple things you should not have been doing. And it's just like, there's no way to get out of this. I don't know how he's managed to get out on the first one.
And the biggest difference is this one is sexual assault. Mm-hmm. This one is that. I mean, that's the biggest difference between this one and the 20 previous ones that were a class action talk down. And you could claim, hey, a weirdo lawyer was getting a bunch of people, and that's what they did. The NFL should just take this out of Cleveland's hands. Roger Goodell should just say, that guy, not available.
Sure.
That guy, he's on the Watson list.
Josh Gordon got banned for smoking weed about 20 times. Why can't Deshaun Watson get banned for, all this SA going on?
Yeah, it's not the message the league wants to be sending.
Sure.
Is that we're okay with this kind of behavior.
Were you a formerly elite quarterback? Rules do not apply to you. Are you a guy at the end of the bench? Sorry, buddy. Welcome to the UFL or whatever.
To be very clear to the whoever listening and wherever you're at, this is new allegations from when he was with Houston.
Right.
So this is not since he made it to Cleveland. Don't know if that really matters.
Sure.
But now the light shines on this one.
Just another person stepping forward.
It is another person. And it's Jane Doe currently. There's not names, there's not association. But if you like NBCsports.com, you can go there. You can read the entire thing. It is graphic. It is horrid. And for anyone that says, it's just a game, please shut up. Please, with whatever hand you're using to navigate your smartphone and listen, or whatever hand you're using to change the radio dial, take that hand off, take a second, raise it to the air, and say, I am sorry. I don't know why I've been a Deshaun Watson defender, apologetter, whatever verbiage. He's awful. He's terrible. And you're about to have another lawsuit explaining why.
And it's not like he's Mike Vick in this thing where he tried everything he could to at least pay it back forward. I'm hearing from Cleveland fans that he cracks jokes about this, like in interviews. He cracks like massage jokes, and he doesn't really take it serious. And to know that in his mind, as sick as it may sound, I'm sure he felt like he dodged a bullet, considering this one didn't sue him as well with actual more explicit details that consider it sexual assault. And in the back of his mind, he's thinking of, and there's got to be more times this has happened, and you're still just cocky about it, and you don't have any type of humility about it. And it's not a good look at all.
Look, it's not a good existence.
Yeah.
That too.
You make an example out of this guy so others don't think that they can get away with it once they have a big old stack of cash.
Well, and to be wildly clear, and I'm not the guy that's like, I didn't pass the bar. Like, I know a fair amount, but I don't know Texas law.
That's
I know
the bar at Howie's.
Right, that's 100% true. I know that in Texas law, rape is not a definition. It's sexual assault. I know that. So if that's what we're talking about, that's what we're talking about. Deshaun Watson.
You know, and I believe in law and order. I believe in the court system. It's overwhelmingly, they make the right decisions in this country. A lot of people fall through the cracks, previous presidents. But if this happened once, and you're like, hey, give this guy his time in court. Let's let law and order prevail. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But it happened 20 other times.
It's crazy that Tyreek was put in handcuffs over speeding and nothing has happened to Deshaun.
If this happens once, like a Trevor Bauer situation, where it's like one person trying to get a money grab, and then he's eventually exonerated, great. You had your time in court, law prevailed. But this is 20-plus times that the same guy does the same thing. This is awful. It's time to quit treating him like he can get away with whatever he wants. Make him an example.
Heck, make Jimmy Haslam an example. You know, make them all an example. Just get rid of them all. Like anyone who's been in support, anyone who represents, allows the loser out there that says that sexual assault isn't the same as it is the same. It's all the same. I cannot stress that to you. Also, if you have a mindset where you think you should differentiate any of those things, you're disgusting. It's sicko talk. So there you go. We can't get to talk about the arguably best opening weekend in the history of NFL football. You know how I know? I've had to watch like the last 20 of them.
It was some great games.
They were great.
Yeah, it was a very good weekend.
Thursday on.
Tremendous.
And a weird one, too. What happened to our NFL quarterbacks on Sunday?
They
Everybody
disappeared.
throwing for less than 200 yards?
Oh, yeah. The numbers were not holding up.
What is this, 1974?
Everyone's offensive line was terrible.
Take the more on field goals.
Yeah, special teams and defense really showed up this week.
Especially Brandon Aubrey. No matter if it's 70 yards, we're going to kick that thing.
I don't know the name of the cat who returned the kickoff, but cool. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Turpin? Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
That was the punt return.
There's punts and kick returns all weekend.
Yeah, I didn't see
the new
that.
kickoff rule was awesome.
I think the last time I saw a kickoff return for a touchdown was 2006, and it was Devin Hester in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, I really don't remember.
I remember Jacoby Jones.
Maybe he was a guy. That
Cordarrelle Patterson has existed this whole time.
Hey, he's a terrible running back.
Yeah.
He can't run a route, so that's all he can do.
So we'll get into the games. We'll get into, I don't know, a whole bunch of life as well whenever we get back from the break. We are at Howie's. You know how it is when it's the NFL season. Mondays are for Howie's. Monday Night Football is head to Howie's. Who's playing tonight?
The Jets and the 49ers.
That'll be a good get. Let's watch that.
We got the over-under on 5 plays for Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
Is that the number last year? So no,
4 was the number last year.
So 4.5 is what
exactly.
we're going with. So take the more.
You think he's going to tear his ayahuasca tendon again?
The guy that hurt him, Leonard Floyd, he's on the 49ers this year too. So he was a Buffalo Bill last year, and he's a 49er
Can't wait
this year.
to see so many close-ups of them shaking hands before the game. Stupid narrative of stupid NFL. Hey guys,
this is America's sport. Okay,
gonna let him run out the flag again.
Did he do that last time?
Yes, he did.
It was 9/11 too when he did it.
How do you guys remember all this stuff?
Because it was like his biggest play of the year. when he made the top 100 players, like they showed one of your highlights throughout the year. That was Aaron Rodgers' highlight.
Bringing
out the flag. That is a true story.
So good.
Well, aside from all the NFL talk, Forrest Stolting also just walked in the studio, so I'm guessing he's on for the next segment. Yeah,
lucky us.
News to me, but let's hope he's got hot takes for the world of football. Just tune in on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by True.
JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to Howies. The boys are watching Monday Night Football at the Page. Come hang out with us. Free glizzies at halftime, Luke?
Always.
Wait, but like free glizzies the whole time. It's not just halftime?
The whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a glizzy-centric life here at Howies. Come hang out with us. And then obviously you're busy the rest of the week because this is the last week that the Albuquerque Isotopes are in town. Welcome to the program, Forrest Stolting. We talk about the final homestand of the year. Forrest, how are you?
Doing great, boys. How we doing? Thanks for having me on.
Deese, baby, Deese.
All right, so what is Everyday Fan Appreciation Day? Walk us through it, Forrest.
Yeah, so just Friday to Sunday on first game of the series is Tuesday at 6:35 against the Las Vegas Aviators. The first time the Aviators will be coming to town this year. So we're stoked to have them in the queue. Wednesday is our September 11th tribute night. And then Thursday, I know Van's going to love this. It's our penultimate day game of the season, 11:05 start time. So come on down, play a little hooky, have a few beers, have a few dogs. Should be a whole lot of fun at the park on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll be there, man.
I would hope to see you so, man. Then on all weekend from Friday to Sunday, a fan appreciation going on. So fans can enter all weekend to win Isotopes prizes, Rockies prizes, local Albuquerque prizes as well. We got fireworks Friday, Saturday. And on Sunday is our final regular season game of the season at Isotopes Park. And it's also a mariachis game. So we're calling it the Final Fiesta.
Oh, good name.
Smart.
Yeah,
Very
like
smart.
that.
Right.
El Fiesta Final.
Come party one last time at the lab in 2024. We're going to be giving away 3,000 mariachis jerseys, fans 16 and older. Adult mariachis jerseys is kind of really cool red, turquoise, black design on it. I'm sure y'all have seen pictures on the internet, on socials, on our website, and all that kind of good stuff. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun this weekend. Fireworks Friday, Saturday. We know the Q loves some fireworks, so we're really excited for this final 6-game stretch here at Isotopes Park.
What's the vibe at the lab? Like, I went to so many games this year, had an absolute blast at Isotopes Park, like I do every year. I'm super happy we got one more week of Topes baseball, but sad that baseball season's about to be over. What's the vibe at the lab? Is everyone like relieved that they reached the home stretch, or everybody all just bummed out?
I think we're all a little bit bummed out, you know. I mean, we enjoy putting on such a great show for all the fans all year. Obviously, it's a lot of work, but we enjoy doing it every single day of the 6-month season. So we're definitely a little upset that the season's ending. But as you know, the 2025 season will be right around the corner. We'll probably be announcing our 2025 schedule here in the next month or two, so stay on the lookout for that. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So,
When's 2 Men On Day? Have you picked it out yet?
Yeah,
Can we announce a date yet?
Ooh, we can let's get off the air and we can talk about it in the back. So
You would think it would be September the 5th for 95.9.
Yes.
So with a 9 a.m. start.
Oh,
So you do
At 9 a.m.
September
start.
the
How about
5th,
that?
9 a.m. start, 2 Men On Day, 95.9.
So you're telling the players the 9 a.m. start? All right, cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, for 2
They
Men
got
On
the,
Day.
they got the whole day to themselves
Yeah,
after
they'd
that.
be excited
It'd be
about
awesome. You go straight to the golf course. It's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Or come on down to Howie's.
Oh,
We-
even better.
Even better.
We could do the 9 p.m. start, and we could blacklight the whole thing. Just put like a theme out there. Remember that one year in Major League Baseball when they used metal bats for some reason? We could just do something weird.
No. Oh.
When was that?
89. That was the year Mark McGuire did all that weird stuff.
No way.
Okay.
I don't believe that for a second. Metal bats.
Oh, it's history.
Aluminum? Were they aluminum? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Aluminum.
Ah, beat me to it. Nice.
Okay, Brits.
I don't know, man.
Are
Not
you
sure where you get.
are you able?
Where'd you see that information?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell if you're messing with me or not.
I don't believe you. I really don't.
1989, good year.
Yeah.
You should look it up.
April 1st, 1989.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of steroids going on then for sure, but I don't know about aluminum bats.
That was just hand throw.
April 1st, 1989. People talk about it all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Too many people died that day. Couldn't do it again.
Oh man, you have 120 mile an hour home runs hit.
I mean, rookie Mark McGuire led the league in home runs.
Oh, of course you did.
It's just a fact. Are you able to watch? Are you able to watch any opening weekend NFL football, Forrest, with the Isotopes so busy?
I was able to watch a little bit last night with our day game in Tacoma. Saw the Lions pull it out late in OT. It was a lot of fun to watch Goff do his thing. So,
who's your team?
I don't have a team. I'd say back in the day, I was a Jets fan, but I haven't really been rooting for the Jets in like maybe 15 years. I just enjoy good football, you know.
Just a shield guy.
Yeah, just call me Rob Lowe, huh?
Deep cut. I like that.
Forrest, anything we missed before we cut you loose?
Oh, man, just last time to see the Topes this season at the Lab, Tuesday to Sunday, day games Thursday and Sunday, 6:35 first pitch Tuesday, 6:05 first pitch Wednesday. Whole lot going on. Fan Appreciation Weekend, fireworks Friday, Saturday, mariachis on Sunday. Come out and have some fun, boys.
Well, there you go. Not so bad. Forrest Olting, thank you so much, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
I'm going to go 5 times this week.
I already have 3 in my calendar, and if I shake free, I'm going to go see some more.
Good answer.
Thank you.
When we get back from the break, the world of the NFL, live from Howies Sports Page. It's tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Howie's Sports Page. Excited to start off the Monday Night Football tradition that is from Howie's. Come hang out with your boys tonight. Glizzies all day, halftime giveaways, raffles, all kinds of fellowship, fun, and football. So my 3 favorite Fs.
I
got a couple extras.
Friends, family, and football.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
Still not those.
Yeah.
Fraud. Yes.
The Lobos did not lose this weekend, so that's very exciting. Way to go.
That was the highlight of the weekend.
First time in a long time, so that's a big deal. Lots of scores from the NFL. We will jump into them. Obviously, you recap the Thursday night game on Friday, Van. Thank you for doing that. The Friday night game was equally good. Eagles over Packers. Conversation was had about that on Isaiah's program Sunday morning. Isaiah, congratulations on the new football show.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, Dak Prescott got signed while we were in the middle of the show. And I was super happy about that. And then I figured out the Reek news following right after. So that was a double whammy.
It is.
What a good first show, man.
Yeah. You got everything you needed to be entertaining.
Live radio is a wild, and a wild was my prediction that Bryce Young would be league MVP. Proved to not be true yesterday, as Derek Carr has become a world beater, and the Saints put it on the Panthers 47-10, boys.
Well, he's a Panther beater, not a world beater.
It's, Bryce Young beat himself. He threw 2 interceptions and didn't move the ball, I think, for a single first down. Dude was terrible.
Didn't think he could have a sophomore slump, but he pulled it off.
Terrible. Derek Carr looked the part early. Saints got out ahead early, and then it was just pinning their ears back for the defense. Not the most exciting game in the world, but I believe the conversation does attune to Saints. Are they real or are they pretending?
The Saints got to play the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
They're
That's
pretending.
all it is.
They're pretending.
I would love for the Saints to get just boosted up, and I need somebody to buy in so that when we smoke them next week, it's just more.
It just feels better for you?
Yes, it feels even better for us.
Well, maybe Chris Olave will get involved in that game and put a whooping.
For the fan that might not be aware, we is the Lobos in this situation, I think. To hearken the words of one Van Nunley, the Vikings played the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Skip right over that one.
Yeah.
The Giants look like they were forced to do a fantasy football punishment by putting on those jerseys for week 1. And they did not look good playing or aesthetically.
TV did not do a good job of putting that over either. Like explaining that it was like the first jersey they ever wore and the expansion of whatever. And by the way, those jerseys looked so weird back then because it was black and white television.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the only way you could tell teams apart.
It was also made out of leather.
I thought I was watching a rugby match for a minute.
Predated Lycra.
Oh,
this is the year 1 BS before spandex.
Correct.
I've never seen a quarterback throw more embarrassing interceptions than Daniel Jones. Like, one in the preseason was terrible, and then the same thing happens to him in an actual NFL game. The Giants got to figure something out.
His career was summed up for me a couple of seasons ago when he had the breakaway run and he just tripped in the open field by himself. I'm like, this is what we got.
Daniel Jones is working as hard as a guy who put in his 2 weeks notice. Like, he got paid and then he just dialed it all the way in.
Lame ducked.
What's so crazy about that play, Luke, is like he was clocked as the fastest ball carrier in the NFL with that run. No ball carrier, wide receiver, running back, no player had hit as high of a top speed as Daniel
I
Jones
actually
did.
like that you said that.
As he was falling down?
Yeah.
Is that his speed?
I can fall pretty fast. I mean, I don't run very quickly, but if you drop me, I'll fall. But, the only way I'm going to hit 4 seconds in a 40 is if you drop me from 40 yards.
It's like at the end of the 100-meter where you just lunge forward to get the extra
with your nose forward.
1/5 of a tenth of a second. The Patriots were over the Bengals, and I told you my backup to league MVP was going to be Joe Burrow, and I was a liar there as well.
Okay, so 0 for 2.
Congratulations to new head coach of the New England Patriots, Gerard Mayo. Is that who it is?
Gerard Mayo,
who
former linebacker coach.
I think there's like 15 new coaches, and he's the only one that looks like he might be kind of competent so far.
Well,
outside of a Harbaugh, miss me with that.
Yeah.
In the Northern Illinois.
I mean, he looked better than Antonio Pierce did, that's for sure. Antonio Pierce went out there and looked like he couldn't make a decision to save his life.
I'm trying to be a Raiders fan.
What did you say, Zay? Northern Illinois would beat the Bengals? Is that what you said?
Yeah, their coach is up there right now.
It was cool watching him get a little choked up and emotional after that game, and well deserved.
I would have cried too.
He's like my kids.
So Joe Burrow has to dye his hair another color, right? Like immediately. Like the blonde bombshell era is immediately over.
Jet black.
Go the exact opposite.
Well, you know, this is not
it.
atypical for him in week one. He has had horrible week ones his entire career. I think he's got one win in week one his whole career. Like he always gets off to a slow start, looks terrible, and most of the time gets it going and figures it out.
Well, he also got exposed for having no supporting cast around him.
Yeah.
Like Jamar went out there and got 6 balls thrown to him or whatever. No T. Higgins, and then a bunch of wide receivers. I could not tell you who their names are. And then Zach Moss.
He's just a procrastinator like me.
Mixon looked pretty good in Houston, and that one had to hurt too.
Yeah. He's a procrastinator like me. That's what Joe Burrow's doing. He's procrastinating. He's waiting until the pressure's on.
Fashionably late.
Yes.
Until he gets like a calf injury or like, something wrong with his wrist. And then there'll be an answer for why he's playing bad.
The Justin Fields-led Pittsburgh Steelers victorious over the Atlanta Falcons. And I will say this from what I saw, George Pickens might be closer to the truth than I thought he was. I thought he was going to be nothing. I thought he was a guy that did not matter if he was on your team or off your team because I didn't think he was good or bad. I thought he was as room temperature water as a human being could be at that position. Did not look to struggle against the Atlanta Falcons. I know he didn't score, but he brought him in and stretched the field and did all those things that allowed Justin Fields to run away.
I like Justin Fields, and I wish him the best, but that was a Boswell-led Steelers win.
Absolutely. Well, did you also see Russell Wilson was fully suited for being inactive on the sideline?
He's such a perpetual embarrassment.
Mr. Unlimited.
He's on his knee, like scraping his pants on the turf to get some grass stains and make it look like he's out there just rolling around.
That was Russ's choice. That I guarantee it was his choice to go out there fully suited up, knowing he wasn't playing, to show his team that he's with them. He's right. He's ready to ride.
And he was probably giving some corny little pre-game warm-up speech.
Like, shut up, you're not playing, Russ.
And then Justin Fields huddled everybody along without him. It was like, okay, guys, this is what we're really going to go out there and do.
The game of the weekend, I believe, can be discussed, but if you asked me, I would tell you it was the Houston Texans over the Indianapolis Colts, as this one was very good.
A new rivalry has been formed.
I think so. And I think those two quarterbacks are going to battle for a long, long time. And I think it's going to be very, very good for a long, long time.
I'm excited for the rematch.
If Richardson stays healthy, he's showing some promise. And Stroud, and I mean, Houston's got something going.
It's crazy what Richardson's going to look like once he gets some reps. I don't know if you guys know this, but since high school, he's only participated in 17 games in college and the pros.
That's real?
He's only played 7. This is his 18th game in between college and the pros. He has 0 reps underneath his belt.
Well, he did pretty good. So practice doesn't always make you perfect.
If you'd have told the Colts, hey, I think you can get like 4 touchdowns this game. You guys, every Colts fan would be like, that's way better than we've ever.
Yeah, sure.
We can be in the 20s.
This is a pretty talented team too. They got a sick wide receiver core. Jonathan Taylor still doing his thing.
CJ, he carried a lot, didn't get anywhere, didn't score. I mean, but if he's going to carry a lot and then the quarterback's going to rush it a lot, because that's kind of his go-to move. He's going to tuck it and run. Cool. I don't think you hand it to anyone else out of that backfield. I wouldn't. But I don't know. It looked like a squad to me. Texans looked 2 points better.
Sure.
And they were. And CJ Stroud, I don't want him throwing the ball 30 times a game, but he did.
And all their wide receivers had a great game.
The one cat did. The Collins cat had a good game.
He had like 104 yards, and then Stephon Diggs had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think Dell was still in the equation.
And remember what we said about Diggs and Stroud? I tell you, that is the number one way you can offset that for an entire game. You give a guy like Diggs the first touchdown of the game, he could get throws missed all the rest of the game. He's not going to throw a fit unless the team loses badly. But other than that, you don't have to worry about Diggs and Stroud's ear. He already got his touchdown. He should be fine. The vibe should be good, especially if you get him involved early.
Buffalo had a big win against the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray did not look good.
Didn't look bad either. His decision-making was awful.
Yeah, he was running all over the place, and we couldn't get really our hands on him ever. I mean, we had 3 sacks on him, but not bad.
I mean, not many quarterbacks really looked good yesterday, but
Josh Allen did.
I would give my entire kingdom for you two to stop saying we. And here's the point. on a game like this, Buffalo should go away with it. There's not a reason that the lowly cannot figure it out at quarterback Arizona Cardinals of underproducing. James Conner, for some reason, is going to have big plays. There's no one else you can name offensively on that squad. The rookie did nothing. Nothing. 1 catch, 4 yards.
Don't be nervous about it.
He was
though.
open so often.
He was
and
shut
just was
down.
not throwing him the ball. That last drive, I've never seen a wide receiver more open than Marvin Harrison Jr. on that last drive for a game-tying touchdown.
This is not telling you that the Cardinals are in the mix. This is telling you that Buffalo plays down. Buffalo doesn't. And I cannot stress that enough to you. They don't have the gear to get away from bad teams. Josh Allen is not good enough to put the hammer down on teams that should be obliterated. This team is not going to do well this year. I saw it against Arizona.
Josh Allen carried that victory home with his legs, with his arm. He had the best Sunday, I think, out of any of the other quarterbacks out there.
I told you during the NFL preview that the Cardinals are going to surprise some people this year. They're not going to win double-digit games and go to the playoffs. Kyler will take a step forward. Marvin Harrison Jr. will be a weapon. The Cardinals are going to be 500-ish. And I think they proved it out there against a significantly better Bills team.
The Cardinals would be a playoff team in any other division other than maybe the AFC North.
Chicago Bears victorious in the Caleb Williams debut. He's only 3,907 yards away from 4,000 on the year after this. He goes for under a hundo on a 14-29 performance. Will Levis needs more talent around him. There are not enough skilled guys to help this dude out. I think he can play. Cool on Chicago getting the win. None of these teams will do anything all year.
This is Will Levis's awful decision-making.
Yeah, he straight fell to his knees. Fell to his knees in the middle of a play. Oh, no.
That was a sad, sad look.
That was because he started remembering Gia Duddy. And he was so sad he fell to his knees and started crying.
I have to Google someone.
There's a lot of
Gia
Duddy's out there.
his girlfriend from the draft.
Took the shine at the draft, for sure. But anywho, now, Caleb, I mean, if you're a Bears fan, imagine this. You won the game, and he didn't even throw for 100 yards. And I would bet my money this will be the only time he won't throw for over 100 yards. So the Bears' future is looking great. I mean, for them to put up that many points with your quarterback not having a good game, and he's talented enough to go for 350 and 3 touchdowns.
That's kind of been the Bears thing forever. I mean, they've never had a great quarterback, and they've just always done it with defense and running, and there were some defensive touchdowns, and it's not surprising that Chicago had a win with a less than stellar quarterback performance.
They've been doing it. That's the whole history of the franchise.
That's just
fun stat, Isaiah, to pull out that won't be duplicated again. The Caleb Williams under 100. I'll tell you what really won't be duplicated again is the Chicago Bears winning a football game without an offensive touchdown.
Yeah,
that was crazy,
wild.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like one of those like blizzard games where it's like 9-6. I mean, it was a fairly high-scoring game for there not being an offensive touchdown.
He's got, in my opinion, unarguably the best 3-pack of receivers in the NFL.
And Keenan Allen's already hurt.
There's some better twosomes out there, but if you go 3 deep, there is no excuse for Caleb Williams to throw underneath 100 yards with those 3 dudes.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it. Was he just missing throws? Was he holding? I saw someplace he was trying to razzle dazzle a little too much. You're not in college.
He was holding the ball way too long.
That's the one I felt.
Yeah,
his feet were moving a lot, but he wasn't going anywhere. I know that's like kind of boring football talk, but you could tell the game was fast.
Quarterback on a treadmill.
You could tell. Yeah. The Jacksonville Jaguars were not able to beat the Miami Dolphins, and I guess only Florida, the state, watched this game. Tua will take you all the way down to the red zone and then just stop. He says, "No, I'm not going in the end zone. That's not for me. We'll just hang out right here, boys."
That was Mostert's job last year.
Now it's Davon. Chance.
A big thing about Tua, and this was a big criticism of him, was that his arm strength wasn't the best, but that he was extremely accurate. So I think what you see with the Dolphins is with their speed, you hope that somebody like Tyreek, which he did for 80 yards, and Waddle can get loose. Waddle was hurt and score some long explosive touchdowns. When you get in that red zone, that's when, it's a lot tighter and your throws have to have a lot more zip on it. And that's where he struggles, and he's also not confident.
Well, yeah, I mean, Tua's always been a big yak. It's a lot of his stuff has been yards after catch. It's not throwing downfield a lot. It's just guys with speed making plays once they get the ball.
Tua completed 20 of his 23 passes to Hill, Waddle, or Chan. That's not exactly accurate. That's close. So you know who he likes, and it's not going to be difficult to shut down those three options if you're a defense moving forward. So they're going to have to get more than cutesy moving forward because beating the Jaguars by 3 is as difficult and sad as the Bills beating Arizona. Not great. Big performance this weekend from the Dallas Cowboys as they beat the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson is an embarrassment. If I'm CBS, I refuse to take this game moving forward. If I'm Fox, I refuse to take this game moving forward. I have zero interest in putting any resources into broadcasting the Browns.
Well, if they weren't playing Dallas week 1, it wouldn't have been picked up anyway.
Good point.
Yeah, Fox Sports Cleveland should quit showing the Browns.
Yeah, whatever bankruptcy new name that Cleveland has picked after Fox Sports folded.
I'm not going to be, the biggest Cowboy hype man right now, but what I will say is the defense, I thought they played a very sound game as far as their assignments. Like, I saw them have some discipline, but like I've said before on the show, they have way too many penalties. And I like that. Micah and CD, I played a clip of it actually. Micah and CD, they had conversations like, look, we have to do better as far as penalties and having self-discipline. And again, for another year, we go out there and there are so many penalties, pre-snap penalties, holding calls over and over and over.
It's just week 1, though. You got to get the jitters out of the way.
But we've led the league, though, in penalties the past 3 years.
Because of where we geographically live, we'll dive back into this one further. I will say this to Cowboys fan. If you're excited about your team after they scored 2 total touchdowns against the Browns, get unexcited. Like that is not the one. You have to be a team that can, and this is an obvious one, that can beat the teams you're supposed to beat handedly. Good thing for special teams for the Cowboys because that is where it is for this one. So
luckily though, Deshaun Watson doesn't play defense, so we can give the defense credit. They got Denzel Ward, they got Myles Garrett. They had the number 1 ranked defense in the league last year. So that was going to be a tough game to have an explosive offense on.
It's the game. This is an obvious one that I think is not talked about enough. Whenever the score does start to get lopsided, that's when your defense gasses out. Like that's when they have to run a ton more. You have to, if you're battling in the trenches because you're doing that run game. If teams can get up early against Cleveland, I do not believe they will win a game.
Yeah,
they're not capable. They don't have that thing. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Van, looked to be the truth, and you called it, as they beat up on the Washington Guardians. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Baker Mayfield.
It's him.
4 tutties. The ones that didn't get completed were he was trying to throw them away from pressure. Mm-hmm. Looks like an absolute stud. I can't tell you anything about Bucky Irving, but I want to learn everything about Bucky Irving.
Right.
Might have been my favorite team from the weekend.
How'd he do? How'd Bucky do? Good old Oregon Duck.
He had the number. That's what I'm saying. They weren't afraid to give it. They gave it to him 10 times maybe. I mean, he never went backwards.
Nice.
He was that guy. I don't necessarily subscribe to Shaw White, I think, as much as Van does. But I didn't subscribe to the Buccaneers as all the way that Van did. So you called it, my dude.
NFC South champs.
And again, they were
six attempts for a rookie. It's awesome.
They were going up against a rookie. I mean, Jaden Daniels didn't exactly set the world on fire, but he didn't suck either.
He had the best rookie performance other than Michael Penix Jr.
Okay.
Because Kirk Cousins just went out there and said, I still look average. So Michael Penix not playing was like, oh, he's going to get more time to play down the road. But Jaden Daniels was the best rookie that played.
I don't think anyone's keeping track of that. Cool.
Out of all of them, yeah. I mean, it's a good team. I think it's just the Commanders' defense is that bad.
Caleb Williams won.
With less than 100 yards.
Well, we still won a game.
First quarterback since 2002 for the Bears to debut and win.
Wow, who knew?
I think a rookie quarterback, period.
The big one yesterday was the last one yesterday. The Lions didn't figure it out until late. I know we had conversation. I feel like hesitantly the entire country is having a conversation about how the Detroit Lions could be the best team in the NFL. They didn't look like the best team last night, but they beat the Los Angeles Rams, and that makes me feel good inside.
I'm a Lions hater. I don't know. It's a really fun train to hop on, and I don't think I want to hop off. So I'm going to ride that train all the way through. I'm going to bet against them most games. I thought they should have lost this one. Matt Stafford deserved this win. And I think Matt Stafford is consistently, I mean, he's sneaky good. It's like you have to be a football fan to truly know how good Stafford is. When you watch him, there's a lot of things he does where it's like there's a lot of people who can't do that.
But you know who the real
or a guy who drafts quarterbacks in the middle rounds of fantasy drafts the last 15 years. We all know Matt Stafford's good. He's going to the Hall of Fame, man.
And it wasn't the first time he's played a really good game on that field and walked off a loser.
Yeah, true.
The best player on the field at the end of the game was David Montgomery when he said, "Hey, don't worry, I got this." And he carried it every single play in overtime, just went down the field, and then walked off the field. Like, that's how heroes do it.
That's the most actively I watch football all day. I watch passively all day, but I watched over. Like, I was all the way into the fourth quarter and overtime. The Detroit Lions line was pushing the Rams forward all fourth quarter, and in overtime, it was embarrassing. The yellow and blue jerseys went backwards every single play.
So tired.
It was hard to watch.
The real winner of this game, though, is Cooper Kupp fantasy football owners because he got the ball thrown to him 20 times.
Jamison Williams was a big deal for Detroit. So he was up and down only the sidelines. Like, did not see him inside the hash marks.
Yeah.
Like, not his thing. But they were willing to put it down the field to him. 121 on 5. He had a tutty. They got to keep him off the post-game interview, though. Like my guy.
When he got the game ball.
No, he ain't smart. Like,
that's the best post-game interview.
Oh, man.
That's one thing Detroit's got going for them, though, is their line. I mean, it's no shocker. And like, Van, what you just said, you know, someone could tell you on paper that that's what's going to happen, and you believe it. The game goes on. The defensive line starts to wear down, and that's when the big 400, 350-pound offensive linemen are going to start winning the battle. And Detroit does have that going for them.
Speaking of winning, we are winning at Howies. Come hang out with the boys, the intersection of Montgomery and Tramway. We're watching Monday Night Football tonight, halftime giveaways. Going to be a lot of fun. New T-shirt is out. Also, we have some two-man on swag.
Yes, we do.
So that'll be in the raffle tonight, too. So it's any size that fits you between extra large and small. Do we have 2Xs? I really don't know.
We have 2Xs.
Okay, cool. So we go all the way up to 2X.
We do.
After that, there's a surcharge, and we didn't pay it. And that is what it is. That's life.
A little 4-pack of Lobos tickets. Their next home game as well. Every Monday, 4-pack of Lobo tickets going out. Howie Sports page.
Love everything about it. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
My favorite written about her.
Head on with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The boys are live at Howies Sports page. Come hang out with us if you like pro football, Monday Night Football, giveaways, raffles, free glizzies. And if for any reason you have this weird idea that you're going to go to a different sports bar and watch ESPN tonight, you're not. They all have DirecTV. They don't have it.
Yep.
It's Howies. The spot is Howies because DirecTV and Disney, pick your corporate overlord that you want to hate more, are in a fight, so you can't.
Yeah.
Hey, DirecTV, pay the mouse. Pay the mouse or take you to the wood chipper.
He wants a little cheese, all right?
Give the mouse his cheese.
Pay this mouse his money.
But you know what? In the meantime, we've still got the game, and we'll take it.
Luke Marquith is with us. He is Howie's. Jake Cassio is with us. He is embarrassed. Isaiah Johnson is back at the studio. You have the Isham Dental soundbite, Isaiah?
I do.
It's time for our
distribution.
Oh, I like that. It's time for our Isham Dental soundbite of the day, 505-881-0422. Go to ishamdentalabq.com. Get that free exam and x-ray when you sign up there. And then the fingers that have been in my mouth and Van's mouth and Isaiah's mouth can also be in your mouth, accepting Medicare A, B, and all your insurance.
Allow me to clarify.
Yep.
Scott Isham washes his hands and puts on fresh gloves. It's not like mouth to mouth.
Minty fresh, I know.
Yeah, they're very nice.
He doesn't double dip.
Jake, he will even touch your mustache with the palm of his hand.
That does. I would let him. I would let him. But your teeth look great that he worked on.
That is true.
I will always say that.
Yeah, I'm a proponent of how ugly I used to be. It's the Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
First and goal from the one. It is Montgomery. It is a Detroit Lion overtime win.
It's a simple one, boys, but it's a good one.
Hey, I feel the energy of it right now. I mean, I won a bet because of that. I needed David Montgomery to score, and I needed the Lions to win. So 2 birds, 1 stone.
I hate a bully except when they're bullying the Los Angeles Rams, and that's what happened in overtime. It was very much we want the ball, we're going to score kind of thing.
Imposing their will.
Oh, I was so happy. Also, and I know you guys have been saying it for years, I'm finally on board. Forget the forward pass. We don't need it.
Run the ball.
Yep. Student body left, student body right.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
I was watching this game on mute, so I didn't really know. I thought the rules had switched, and they need to. Each team needs a chance to get the ball.
Oh, not on tutties.
That's only playoffs.
Only playoffs.
Oh, so it's only okay. I knew for a fact I saw it before in the NFL.
Yeah, if they kick a field goal, then the other team gets a chance to.
There needs to be every game. Both teams get a chance.
The game inside the game this is why Detroit signed David Montgomery.
Yes.
They watched him do this to them for years with other squads. And they said, if the time comes that we get a chance to control the ball in the clock, and worst case scenario, they don't score, they take it down to like 3 minutes left, they kick a field goal, they got to play defense against a scrambling and struggling Los Angeles Rams of Anaheim County, California, Earth City, Missouri, by way of I-70. They did it. They were that thing last night. It was the way to cap off the weekend, and Monday Night Football is only going to put an exclamation point on it. Is Aaron Rodgers is going to be a big winner tonight.
It's a sexy 1-2 they got with Montgomery and Gibbs.
Oh, yeah,
Are
thunder
you,
and lightning.
Are you in the shadow of your opponent's end zone? 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, David Montgomery, bam, we're at the 20.
Doesn't even matter.
In between the 20 and the 20, we got this freak athlete, Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll get us to the next 20. Oh, are we back at the other 20? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's pound it in again.
Is
the old Dave.
Is the conversation, did we just screw up? Did we just have an entire 6-minute conversation about David Montgomery? We should have been having a 6-minute conversation about how Aaron Donald is not there for the St. Louis or for the Los Angeles Rams and their defensive line is they just got pushed on.
Yeah, that defensive line crumbled more than Sean McVay's hairline.
Is it bad?
Oh, he's got hair plugs.
And they just announced they're going to be without Nakua for at least the next 4 weeks as he went on the IR.
Yeah, he's gone. So
in Vans were no Pookie Leduki.
Yeah, Pookie Lenukes.
His hair sucks too.
He can go hang out with my buddy Jordan Love.
Hair.
Him and Jordan Love can go train together the next 4 weeks.
See, and Jordan Love might be out for the season.
Nah, it's a little MCL sprain.
Yeah, but that's
3 to 4 weeks.
That's a lingerer.
Yeah, good thing it's not his plant leg though. It's not his back foot. It's not his back knee. So he should be able to plant well. The thing about Gibbs also, he's a sleeper. He's gotten stronger, like as you would expect. He's a young guy, but he's getting stronger and he's able to run between the tackles pretty efficiently too. The way it looked last night. I know
great pass catcher too.
Well,
yeah, so
I like that word strength. I think it's good, but it's not as important as workload. It's not as important in balance. And if you have Monty right there next to him, like that's the thing. Like, and we're not talking game 1, but we're talking game 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If these guys have split up 400 carries or whatever it is between the two of them, that's so much better than one of them having to go for 315, by the end of the year. So, they're going to contribute. I often say, I guess I often do. The nation says same old Lions. We might be saying brand new Lions.
It took a step forward. They had a good squad last year, got all the way to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I think that they took that step last year is when people started saying brand new Lions.
And they're about to be up 4 games on the Packers.
One of those signs of a good team is finding a way to win those ugly games and finding a way to win those where you're not playing at your absolute best, but you find a way to squeak it out.
Grit. That defines the Lions.
Yeah.
Grit. And Dan Campbell.
Apparently the Packers have reached out to Ryan Tannehill.
I saw that.
Tannehill.
I will take Ryan Tannehill in a heartbeat over Malik Willis.
Malik Willis could have been the next Lamar Jackson, okay?
He sacked himself on the last play.
Yeah, but he was nervous.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he just got thrown in. He was in Brazil. He was scared of Brazil. And then he had to play last minute where he expected to just hang out and chill and, maybe have some bongo players next to him.
Hey, send over Josh Jacobs. We'll give you Cooper.
Rush. Ooh, that's a little heavy, but I'm into this. Let's talk. Let's talk during the commercial break. Let's talk.
Josh Jacobs looked bad.
I think he looked good.
He looked fine.
He had like 2 good runs, and that's why he had the numbers he had.
Pedestrian?
Yeah, he looked. He's gonna have a good year, I think. Unfortunately.
Well, they're gonna be leaning on him.
Yeah, him and Saquon, 2 running backs on different teams. Unfortunately, they're gonna have good years. I'm jealous of everybody who has a good running back.
I don't know if anyone checked the social media of former Northern Illinois Husky Michael Turner, but big win today over the weekend as they beat up on Notre Dame, and it is bad for Notre Dame.
That game wasn't as close as the score made it seem.
Headline: Suck of the Irish.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Thank you.
They the fact that they had to kick a 61-yard field goal at the very end that got blocked too. That was just a poor performance. And Marcus Freeman? Yeah. Not a head coach. His pants are too tight.
Oh, wild. Surprise, surprise. Another year, another overrated Notre Dame football team.
They always have been and they always will be.
They're overrated at the beginning of the year. They prove
they've
who they
got
really
a tough
are.
conference schedule. Oh, wait.
Notre Dame hasn't been relevant since Joe Montana and Rudy.
Rudy was the last.
Everett Golson. Okay. I don't remember anybody else from that team. Manti Te'o.
Manti Te'o.
Rick Meyer, man.
Didn't say his name right.
Nuka Lapuka.
Yeah, you're very much correct. They haven't won since '88, which I think is accurate. That might not be perfect, but they had that NBC contract forever. That's why they stayed independent forever. Yeah. They didn't stay independent for the prestige of the game, boys. It's for the contract from NBC, so they can be Golden Domers, and Mike Tirico could tell you about it, or Al Michaels could tell you about it, or Bob Costas could tell you about it, or you get where I'm going with this. They were the Braves, they were the Cubs, they were the Lakers. They were all these things that went across the country to everyone, even if you didn't want them, and they don't win games.
And they barely beat Texas A&M week 1. That was a very overrated Texas A&M team too. Who was also just like Notre Dame, not them.
Well, and the way they do the schedule is they never have an easy one. They schedule all these games that will draw, like they know how to make money. So they'll play. Is it Purdue next week? So
yeah, and they play like Florida State and Louisville down the road. It's pretty much just an ACC
Stanford,
schedule.
Georgia
Florida State
Tech.
may be an easy one.
Yeah,
Sure.
But they always play Army. They always play Navy. They got Virginia, USC to finish the year. I do think they got like a easy one against Miami, Ohio. But they
played the Lobos. What was that, last year? 2 years ago. So
something accurate. Yeah,
Yeah.
something accurate. It is gone. College football is better when Notre Dame is good, and Notre Dame has not been good for a long time.
At the beginning of the year, they're good until they have to play. They're ranked really well at the beginning of every year.
yeah, and they don't deserve to be in the top 25 still. NIU making the top 25 though, that was awesome. I'm glad that they gave them a little nod because that might never happen again in that program's
25?
history.
Are they 25?
They're number 25.
Way to
Exact.
go!
Yeah.
well, that could be the kind of launch that
A
when
program
Appalachian
needs.
State beat Michigan, and that kind of set their program up and got them going.
No, it's set them up to get one good payday a year. They didn't end up being anything.
Hey, they got paid $1.4 million to beat Notre Dame.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And App State got them up to Division One
Oh,
So
good
can
a
they
point.
couple years later.
Yeah.
Can they turn any of that into NIL? Like, is that how that
No,
works? Can they
No,
No.
that goes exclusively to the program.
Yeah, and there's a bunch
No,
of
it says NIU.
NIU. That's the
NIU.
university. The NIL stuff. Although there's like collectives and stuff now, and there's a whole bunch of insurances, and the law can't keep up fast enough with everything. So anything we tell you today about NIL will be different tomorrow.
It's the Wild Wild West.
Oh, it's the weirdest thing.
Bum, bum,
And
bum,
it kind of killed college football.
Breaking news: Christian McCaffrey
Fantasy report.
officially
Fantasy
inactive
report.
for this evening.
Did you say fantasy report?
I did. I said fantasy report.
Fantasy report.
He's in every one of my prize picks.
Oh, don't worry. They do an insurance on Prize Picks.
Yeah.
So if your guy doesn't play, you get insuranced out or whatever.
Also,
this is real. What I'm saying is a real.
Yeah.
Also,
Your
don't
player-
forget
your player-
KNML on Prize Picks. Match a $100 deposit, first time deposit only.
Luke just did it.
Luke
I
said,
am officially on.
Let's make some money tonight, Luke.
Let's
Come
do
on.
it. Let's do it.
More's
in.
or lesses, baby.
not on Christian McCaffrey.
So I got Greg Zuerlein more than 1.5 field goals
Love it.
made tonight. Give me that for sure.
Fire, bang.
Aaron Rodgers, is there a goblin? No. All right, so 233.5 pass yards. Take
Less.
the more. What?
Yeah.
You idiot. It's Monday Night Football. He's here to tell a story. Wait, can I not take him twice? All right, forget what I just said. Take Aaron Rodgers more than 1.5 pass touchdowns because he is not going to hand it off inside the red zone.
No.
He refuses. He is that guy. Garrett
He's
Wilson.
going to do his fake play action move. I call it the tango.
Garrett Wilson more than 69.5 rush yards.
Nice.
Receiving, sorry.
More.
Yeah, definitely take the more on
Gotta
that.
keep
Where's
beating him. A-Rod loves his number one
does
wide receiver.
Debo Samuel have a rush yards prop?
He
Not
does.
are you taking the more on it?
They love the jet sweep with him.
You know, they do.
But it's got to be super low, like 15 yards or something like that,
It
right?
is. It's
Yeah.
16 and a half.
16 and a half.
Yeah. And I don't know if he's going to get more than one of those things, you know? So what if the first
It's one or
doesn't
two a
go-
game.
He'll get a couple because Samuel will be the focal point game one because they're going to show Ayuk a lesson.
Well, who's the
Well,
Niners
with no
backup?
McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey's out. He's for sure going on.
Well, they
He's
got
for sure
Jordan
going.
Mason. Okay, don't forget about him.
No, you
Yeah.
can forget about him.
Debo's for sure going more. If not, I bet the prop has boosted as soon as McCaffrey
let's-
went out.
Let's jam my thumb on this prop real quick.
Brees Hall more than 64.5 rush yards or less.
Hammer it.
More.
Yeah.
All right, I don't hate that at all.
I like Brees Hall rushing and receiving more.
You can't take the same guy twice. So that's going to screw you up. Tyler Conklin, 3 receptions. I like the more.
I like the
tight
less. Aaron Rodgers is not like, well, just the Jets in general don't like tight ends.
I'm taking Garrett Wilson's receiving yards away, and I'm taking the Demon on 0.5 rush receiving touchdowns. I believe he's going to score tonight. Give me that for sure. That's only 4 on tonight's game because with Christian McCaffrey going out, Prize Picks doesn't know what to do with San Francisco. So, like, Brock Purdy's not there. Like, none of the regular characters. Brandon Ayuk, more or less than 4 receptions tonight?
More. You just got paid.
With Christian McCaffrey being out, I agree. Deebo Samuel, more than 4.5 receptions. I'm going to say more on that as well.
Yeah, love that.
All right, so we are set in our lineup for tonight, boys. We have Greg Zuerlein, more than 1.5 field goals made. Aaron Rodgers, more than 1.5 pass touchdowns. That is a demon. Breece Hall, more than 64.5. I don't like that one. I'm taking the Breece Hall one out. I need to get the other kicker.
Oh, yeah, get the other kicker for sure.
I get so weird about that.
I think Prize Picks is adjusting all of their Niner lines right now because it's like all bets are off on Prize Picks right now.
They're super
There's
changing.
no
panic
Niners
mode.
on there.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I want – oh, gosh. Okay. I'm going back to it. I'm going back to the
The Breece Hall one?
– I think so, don't
Yeah, come on. He's
what
going to
about-
have a season.
you? What about receiving yards? Do you think I'll have more than 19.5?
Breece Hall?
Yeah.
What is his Russian receiving combo? Because that's what I'm into on Breece Hall tonight. I think he'll break a couple out of the backfield catching the ball.
96.5.
Together?
Yep, let's
I
do
like
it.
it.
All right.
I like it.
I like that a lot better. All right, so we are in, boys. We are very excited about this one. Lineup submitted. If you want to play with us, you can. Promo code KNML. We'll match you up to $100 on your initial deposit when we get back from the break. We're going up to 5:30 tonight, right, Isaiah?
5:29.
Oh, my gosh. The quickest break of all time. 2 men on. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. program. Welcome back to Howies. Normally, Luke Markwith joins us, and he shuts out the final segment, talking about everything going on at Howies tonight. I will tell you right now, I just ate my first glizzy of the year during the break.
Can we get a rating?
I got to be honest. Because I inhaled it, I didn't super taste it.
Yeah, I saw that hot dog for 1 second, and then I looked over, and it was gone.
I guzzled that glizzy.
So this got to be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I was a glizzy guzzling guy.
A glizzy gobbler.
Yeah, I was a goblin glizzy guzzler.
Let's grab you another one, have it live on air.
Yeah.
Let's critique Luke's glizzies here.
I love when Jake's like, I love when your accent naturally comes out sometimes.
The glizzy gobbler.
10 out of 10.
Luke Markwith.
10 out of 10.
Luke Markwith with us. All right, Luke, time for the elevator pitch. If you have not watched Monday Night Football at Howie's, tell them what they're missing out on.
Everything. Life. No, just the funnest football experience of the week, man. I mean, it's great people, good times, halftime giveaways,
camaraderie,
food. You guys, I mean, it's a blast. Monday's night's my favorite night of the week during football season.
And if you're worried, friend of the show, they're like, hey, I don't really go to bars. I don't fit in sometimes. You do here, baby.
We are here.
This is the old one of each bar.
This is the island of misfit toys.
Races, ages, sexes.
I got a text yesterday from a friend who was here watching football, and she said, I'm sitting next to a lady that keeps forgetting which screen her team is on, and she gets very upset every time.
That's awesome.
She forgets. I go, that's only at Howie's.
Oh, yeah.
That's only at Howie's. God,
Howie's, you'll get a wide range of people. Like, you know, there's the Freds of Howie's, there's the Vans of Howie's, there's the Jakes.
Yeah, those two are pretty
Yeah,
close.
the three of us are all very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all same but different.
It's not the diversity.
You just mentioned two middle-aged white men. It's like they're that different.
Yeah. But there is this is a fun thing. Like, it is like such a diverse crowd here at Howie's. Like, if we bring Isaiah in here, people aren't going to turn their heads.
I was going to say, we do need to get Zay out for a game.
Yeah, Zay, come on down tonight.
Come watch a Cowboys game with us one of these days.
Okay, deal.
But also, or a Jets game tonight.
Yeah, come on down, Zay.
All right, for sure. 2 birds, 1 stone. There you go.
There we go.
And if you show up in your Cowboys jacket, somebody will tell you the name of a player you never heard of that walked on to the Cowboys as an undrafted something out of a college that they went to a million years ago. And you'll be like, yeah, these are the stories.
This is all true.
This is what I want.
Those are the best ones.
They are the best ones. We don't often pour it out here on the show, but I want to. James Earl Jones passed away today.
Bummer, man.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a bummer, man.
Obviously, Field of Dreams.
Mufasa?
Yeah.
Darth Vader?
Correct. 93 years old. Like, it's not ending on
this
sport.
is CNN.
I almost thought I started a commercial for a second. Luke scared me.
He was
the greatest narrator other than David Attenborough.
I mean, close.
The guy from The Sandlot. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Everything.
I very much remember him from Conan the Barbarian.
Sure.
And what was the old boy's name? Bill Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then you're like, this is like, I'm that age where I'm like, Conan is the best. James Earl Jones was in that.
Or was it Kareem?
Was it Kareem?
It was Kareem. Yeah. But still.
Yeah.
No, that's
we're talking
Airplane.
James. He was also in that.
Roger Murdoch.
Yeah, I was just a little racist on accident right there, but you guys get the point. Coming to America,
Only always.
The Sandlot. He was in the Sandlot. Talk about like youth of our
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, like Doctor Strange. He's in Doctor Strangelove.
Right.
He's in the airplane.
Right.
And he's the gunner in Doctor Strangelove, which they're just wild good boys.
He is low key some of the best deadpan comedic performance of all time in Coming to America. He is so belligerently funny.
Oh, yeah.
But just straight man deadpan the whole time. Great performance.
I wish I had a voice like that.
You've never tried.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Just wild good. Was he in Judge Dredd? I feel like I have a memory of this.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Yeah, well, there's no reason
Blanking
to.
here.
There's no reason.
But 93, that's
Isn't that
impressive.
That's something.
Nowadays?
A good run.
Well, people are living longer.
He was in Van's favorite movie, Soul Man.
My what?
See, Thomas, whoa. There's a deep cut right there. Soul Man.
It's terrible.
That's all.
Oh my God!
Talk
All the
about
memories are flooding back. I just remembered what Soul Man
one
was.
that's got to be like
Oh
that.
no.
Movies that could not be made today for $200, Alex.
His debut as Dr. Strangelove. That was the first movie he ever did. God, that's crazy.
Wow.
Dude. I mean, there you go. So, yeah, it's a sad one in the world of entertainment, but it's one of those like you wouldn't miss if you weren't so fortunate to have had, and Sandlot and Field of Dreams. Those are the big sports ones, right? Those are the.
How about Benchwarmers?
I didn't see Benchwarmers.
Great
Tell me more.
movie.
No way.
Yeah.
You've never seen wow.
I don't even know what that is.
What?
It's pretty funny.
With David Spade, Rob
Schneider.
Schneider.
That means you've seen it and you just don't remember.
It's the one movie
which
they've all been in that Adam Sandler didn't
Yeah.
hire them for.
Accurate.
Build it. Nerds will come.
When he's scared, he doesn't go out in the sun because he's like
Oh,
terrified
yeah.
of the sunlight, stays in the closet.
And if you're a Star Wars fan, him voicing Darth Vader is going nowhere for the history of.
They have it.
Yeah.
have it.
That you know how much AI they got now?
They
Well, that is
cut-
the most quoted line to me my entire life. People, Luke, I'm your father,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Actually, he didn't say Luke.
no, I know, but
Yeah.
that's how people
Yeah,
misquote
I know.
it to me all the
That's what you-
time.
That's what you said to everyone. It's like
I'm
actually
like, everybody gets
didn't
that
even
one.
say Luke.
Give me a Cool Hand Luke reference every now and then.
Hey, I give a Cool Hand Luke reference once a week in
There
my
we
bar.
go,
When John Boyega first came into the Star Wars as a stormtrooper, and my hair was shorter then, I could not go anywhere without being asked if I was that dude. And this is a true story, to the point where even my nephew would be in the store and he saw a Star Wars toy. And he's like, "Mommy, it's Uncle Isaiah." She's like, "No, no, it's not."
The answer to that question is always yes. Yes, that's me. Sign some things, take some pictures.
Yeah, Steel Valor.
Yeah, back in 2015, the correlation was really, really there. But that introduced some Star Wars.
Were you already in Las Vegas, New Mexico at Highland
No,
University?
I was in
Because
high
that's
school.
a place where people are going to tell you what you look like everywhere you go. You know who you look like?
Oh, we just left out? He was in Great White Hope. That's a boxing movie.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
I think he won an Oscar.
Peter Berg and Damon Wayans.
It's kind of a crazy. He's gone. Is there a more iconic movie character ever than Darth Vader? Like as far as immediate recognizable, and I don't know what language you speak. I don't know what part of the world you're from. Like it's Darth Vader or it's probably a stormtrooper. Like those are the two. Maybe
Yeah, I mean,
Yoda.
even just the deep breathing with the scuba apparatus they were using for the.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Well,
That's just me
when you're
with
born in
sleep
77
apnea.
and named Luke, you're kind of versed in these things.
He's been doing this.
Oh man, bigger character than Darth Vader. That's a tough one.
I don't know if there is one. As far as like most iconic movie characters of all time, he might.
Maybe Simba. Oh, I guess that's not a movie character. It's a cartoon.
Well, and even if like I think if you look at, and he was Mufasa anyways, he wasn't Simba. But if you look at like the cartoon, whatever, like some people will be like, I don't know. I mean, maybe Batman. I guess you put Batman on the list.
Yeah, Batman's up there.
The
Terminator.
No, not worldwide.
No.
No.
Superman.
Mickey Mouse?
Superman over Batman, right? Mickey Mouse is a good one.
Yeah.
I think Superman would be above
Rat.
Batman. Worldwide, I assume.
No, Van. Stop whispering Axel Foley.
Wait, hold on.
Stop it.
Ah, well.
What a day. Yeah. So there you go. That's a weird one to end the show on, but I don't know, as good of a one as you can, because James Earl Jones was, I don't know, a big part of, I think, everyone's everything the last 70 years.
Yeah.
Sure.
The long run.
Generations.
What about Rocky?
No,
Nah.
not even
No?
close. No,
In my household, yes.
Which means in the world, no.
you look at Sylvester Stallone, he's got the same
Yeah, he's
face
got
in
so many
every
movies.
movie.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Darth Vader is only Darth Vader.
He's got the same face in every movie too.
No. Not in Over the Top.
Not in Return of the Jedi when they take the helmet off.
It's awesome.
Literally not his face.
Yeah.
There was like a Star Wars video game, like a fighting game, and that is when I even learned that Darth Vader was multiple people. I thought he was just one person, and then people are telling me like, no, that's Darth Vader too. No, that's Darth Vader. So I'm like, so there's different versions in different movies.
That I don't know anything about.
It's a story that spans.
Well,
There's a lot of lore,
Yeah.
but is
Yeah,
everything canon? That's the real question.
I remember watching the Star Wars scene when he became Darth Vader, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yes, we all know. I hate you. That's it.
Anakin.
Yeah. You were my brother. Like, yeah, we all know it.
You were the chosen one.
Anakin, I have the high ground.
Do not trust me.
Oh, I love Mondays.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, baby.
Just got it out the way there, I see.
Luke. Oh, you love my names. You already said it. Van or Isaiah back in the studio. It's all backwards.
Cowboys, good victory. Expect more.
Got it. Also, tune
Yeah.
in to Isaiah's show on Sunday mornings. It wasn't so bad. I listened. Van?
Come out to Howie Sports Page. We're going to have an absolute blast this Monday and every Monday going forward. And check out the opening drive tomorrow morning with Jeff and JJ.
Did you invite Ned James on, or did he invite himself? I need to know how that worked yesterday.
So him and Dale. they're
Yeah,
cool.
that's what I thought. It was Ned. Okay, classic Ned. That's a good get.
Jeff called in though by choice.
We're here at Howie's. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.